Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to the Clark Network. We got my guy Ed back. I see you got that, that shirt, man. Oh my god,
Just getting
that
ready, man.
shirt.
Right around the
Yeah,
corner.
yes, you are 1 month away. I can't wait to talk baseball with y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Uh, Baseball talk with my guy Ed here and Rob. I think he might be joining us, but I'm not sure yet. But in this video, we want to talk some NBA. There's a lot of good basketball going on. And I just wanted to touch base with him. And let's see, we got some good, interesting ball coming up down the stretch. It's when the league starts to get a little serious. So we wanted to highlight some teams and players we got coming down the stretch. Um, so far, we got the East. As of right now, the top 16 teams are Detroit, Boston, New York, who got a big win today against the Spurs, Cleveland, Toronto, and Philly. Are any of those teams you think, let's see, could sneak up on Detroit in the East, or any teams you're looking at in the East?
So the one team I didn't think I would be saying this at this time, especially with how the year's going, but Cleveland, after that James Harden move, I think they're
Yeah,
really, really in position to really make some noise. And I think the game, what was it, Friday, really said a lot to me to keep it close and to almost win without, Harden and Mitchell playing, a good majority of their rotation not playing to keep that game close. Now, granted, Detroit didn't have Beef Stew playing, but that that's still it's not the ultimate
because
litmus, not the ultimate litmus test, but there's still I feel like Cleveland is more equipped than anybody in the East to really handle what Detroit might throw at them. Because I think,
sure.
uh, I think the key is to Detroit is, Cade is probably going to get his, but you got to be able to match their physicality. You let them out physical you, then you're gonna, you're not gonna have a good chance at beating them. So I really think Cleveland is the toughest test right now out of all the teams to beat Detroit in the East.
Yeah, I agree. I touched on Cleveland a bit. I like the Harden trade. I got slack for that because I'm a Harden guy. But I do think like I like what they've built. They got a nice team. They got depth. They got it. It's just with Cleveland, they always get shook up in the playoffs and upset. So
Yeah,
like they gotta make it happen. I like Detroit, but you gotta go through the winning curve. Like you gotta lose a bit. Like for me, I want them to at least win the first round series. Like get that under your belt again. I can't
yeah,
remember the last time I won. So like yeah, and I just can't think about it. But like, I definitely want to see Cleveland get at least to the conference finals. And I see right now as they stand, they're what currently fourth, so they probably have to see Detroit in the second round.
mhm,
So, uh, yeah, I'm look Cleveland, my team. I want to say the Knicks also, but if not Cleveland, then New York. I want to see the Knicks get to the finals. I want to see all New York turn up. I want to see Cleveland ain't going crazy. They're gonna lose their minds if they get to the final. I want to see it low key. So
yeah.
like they've been through a lot. So like I definitely kind of want to see New York get to the finals, if not Cleveland. I like Boston, and I'm gonna throw this question at you too because I've seen talks about it recently. Do you think Jason Tatum should come back?
Um, well, that's a tricky question because it would be unprecedented to come back from a torn Achilles in less than what, a year? Like that'd be superhuman. He doesn't have to push for it because Boston, and especially with the state of the East right now, they're the second seed. With Jalen Brown
Uh,
leading the way, and I think personally Jalen Brown should be getting the MVP votes for how he's been playing because nobody really saw them being near the top of the East like this. So there's I wouldn't push it if I were him, but if he wants to come back, just he's got to ramp up little by little, just for that big playoff push. I would say sit out this year, but if he wants to come back and if they feel like they have a chance at the title, if he comes back, I mean, you also have to look out for them as well as, like you said, Cleveland, New York. I mean, that just makes the East a lot more interesting if he's coming back. And will he be close to 100%? Probably not, but him at 70, 80% is still good enough to elevate you in certain games, certain series. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens in these next couple of weeks.
yeah, like for me, I don't think he should come back. But I'll be honest, I think he's feeling the heat. I think he's feeling a little pressure.
A little
You
bit.
seeing what Brown's doing without you, second in the East, MVP talks after he beat you out for Eastern Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think he's feeling a little pressure. I'm a Tatum guy. I like Tatum. but I
Mhm.
can't deny like what's been happening. Like I had Boston as a playing team coming into this year, and I'm with you. I don't know why national media is still kind of pushing SGA and Joker. They're having great years, but
Yeah.
I think it's between Cade and Brown, and I kind of got to give a more slight edge to Brown. They're second with no other All Star. At least Cade had another one.
Mhm.
He don't got an All Star with him,
Yeah.
and what he's been doing, I think Tatum kind of he's feeling that. I know he's sitting there watching it like you. Granted, you want your team to win without you, but they look like they don't even need him. It's like yeah, that's bad. Like, and who's to say if he sits out, let's just say Boston wins first round but the second round, the owner's
Yeah.
gonna start thinking like, yo, do we really need this other $60 million player we got right here? We got to the second round with and without him. Like, do we need him? Everybody talking about Brown in trade talks over the year. Imagine what they can get for Jason Tatum. You can get first round picks with him. A lot of first round picks with him.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
would, not to cut you off, I would just say, I mean,
like,
I don't see I don't see any world personally where they would try to like move one or the other because that's their foundation. I think long term they will stay together. It does get interesting though, like you said, like Tatum there's probably a lot of internal pressure. Like you said, Jalen Brown has gotten the Finals MVP, Conference Finals MVP. Now here he is the year after you get hurt, tear your Achilles, and he's on an MVP quest now. I don't think he I likely don't think he's gonna win MVP. It's more than likely, but just to get the MVP votes when you've been like chasing that MVP, not chasing it, but it's like you've been in that MVP conversation and people have been kind of hesitant to like put you in that upper echelon of like elite superstar slash players. And here's Jalen Brown, like, everybody's riding the Jalen Brown bandwagon right now. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. I hope they stay together because, I hate to see a team get broken up because of petty stuff or ownership saying like, we don't want to pay this guy. Like these two belong together. Like they've proven they can win together. I hope they stay together. But like you said, it's very interesting.
yeah, uh, that's kind of only why I say I think they will get broken up is only because it's new ownership,
Mhm,
and it's like, do you want to pay two guys $60 million when you can spread that around and get mid players, even better players around them?
mhm,
That's why I'm kinda questioning it, like now, of course, on court, yeah, you're right. They're not they're really good on court together. I'm not denying that one at all.
mhm.
It's just, I'm just curious what how Boston's gonna move about with that because Jaylen Brown, man, he's definitely that guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm Tatum guy. I was defending Tatum. "Nah, Brown, da da da." Nah, he shut me up and a lot of other people. He's definitely that guy. Um,
For sure.
the odd thing to think of all this is Toronto. Like, I feel like they a little bit they overachieved a bit. And it's like, but I can't be mad at what they're doing. Like I like it, and
Mhm.
but I don't really see them making a run. I think they're probably gonna be first round exit.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, they like you said, overachieved. They've got a good core around them. Barnes and Ingram both making the All-Star team, right?
Yeah,
They've had a decent year. It's been a good year. They've actually surprised me. Every time I check the standings, they're still top five or top six. I've been waiting on the slide, and it hasn't happened. So they're good enough to beat top five, top six in the East, but they're just a step below those other teams: New York, Cleveland, Boston, Detroit. I don't see them really giving them much trouble at all. I'm interested
right.
to see what they do moving forward with RJ Barrett because I know they've been trying to move him for a while. We'll see what happens in the offseason because I know they were trying to trade him at the deadline. You got Quickly, who's a good six man. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. They've got something to build on. I just want to see like what they do next. What's their next move?
Yeah, same. Like I just want to shout them out because they don't really get talked about much through all the playoffs. Their coach was the All Star coach too, so
Exactly.
they
Yeah.
got going in the right direction. It's just yeah, I think they're right, like kind of where they're at right now, middle of the pack. I
Mhm,
think they're right there hovering, but I don't see them beating any other top 4 or 5 teams there. I
mhm,
just don't see. And I'm actually happy for them because now they got a player with a celebrity relationship, so now they're kind of getting more press and stuff like that. So, and for those who don't know, I'm talking about Brain Ingram and Glorilla, of course. But yeah, I like what Toronto's doing. I just think they need to get young, if that makes sense. They need to get younger. I
yeah.
think they should get younger, talented player. I know they're not going to get it in the draft right now, but I think they're right there.
Mhm.
Um, New York, I think New York can go all the way to the finals. I just think which cat are you gonna get? Like,
Yeah,
that's the one I'm questioning. I don't know which one to get. I like the rest of the team, and I like, I was watching the Spurs game earlier. I like Alvarado with him. He brings some intensity,
a lot of energy,
and
a lot of it.
yeah, I like it. He bring the defense. They was lacking that as far as guards, so I like them. What you think about the Knicks?
Yeah, the Knicks, they're like the biggest wild card because, like you said, you don't know what cat you're gonna get. Like if you get the cat that's like motivated, not motivated, but if you get him that's like engaged, that's gonna take smart shots, not commit stupid fouls, then this is a team that's capable of going to the finals. Like everybody
Yeah,
already thought they were the preseason favorite to make it. You know, if it wasn't Cleveland, it was them. So,
yeah,
um,
me too.
even and with I think the thing that does worry me, like I said, it's just cat the dumb fouls and Mike Brown. Good coach, great coach. I think he's proven he's a good to great coach, but there's a reason, it didn't work out in Sacramento. Call it what you will, ownership or whatever. I think he's a really good coach, but is he the kind of coach that'll elevate them to like getting to the finals? Like, can he be better than Tom Thibodeau? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because that's my thing right now with him and the system that he's put in. Like, yeah, it's taking a lot of pressure off of Jalen Brunson, but still, more often than not, they're relying on him to carry them out of games, which he's capable of. But it's like, you don't want to rely on that again like you did last year. You want to have your other guys, OG, you want to have Mikal Bridges, hit timely shots when you need it. So I do like the Knicks. I think they can get to the conference finals. I don't know past that. I don't know if they can get past whoever is going to come out the other side, depending on where they're matched up.
Well, first round they matched up against my Sixers. That's what I think is the biggest wild. That's why it's and all that's on health. I'm like, man, look, man, we hit and miss, man. We could do something, but it's the injuries. That's a whole other thing for another one. But on to the East playing. Right now we got Orlando, Miami, Charlotte, and Atlanta. I ain't gonna hold you. I think the East playing is kind of tight. I like it. I know a lot big on the play-in, but those 4 teams, they're not playing bad right now, and they're all only separated by, like, 1 or 2 games. I think Orlando's closest to Philly. I think they're about 2.5 back, but
Mhm.
all of them are playing pretty good ball right now. Miami just beat Houston last night. Charlotte's been on a win streak, let's see, pretty much since before the All-Star break.
Yep.
Charlotte's turned and Atlanta, they're on the come up too. For me, who I would like to see come out playing, I would like to see Orlando and Charlotte. I wanna see Charlotte in the playoffs. This is gonna be
Mhm.
funny, but I wanna see Charlotte.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, Charlotte's fan base, they deserve a playoff push, man. They deserve to be there because they've been suffering for a long time. They
Yeah,
haven't made the playoffs in 10 years, not since Kemba
Kemba
was there.
Walker. Yeah, Kemba
Exactly.
Walker. Yeah,
So just to see like the roster they've put together, the push that they've made this past month and a half or so, it's been great to see. It's good to see them finally like turn the corner and like make that push toward the play-in. Orlando, I'm a little disappointed in. I didn't think they'd be in the play-in. I know they've got the injuries with uh, Franz Wagner. Paolo's kind of regressed a little bit. Desmond Bain
yeah,
is taking him a while to find his form. He's found it, but it's still they're a work in progress with the rotation and whatnot. But I like Anthony Black. He's been really, really improved this year. So Orlando is one of those teams where they'll give if they do like get out the play in the 7th and 8th spot, they'll really give one of those top seeds like a good 6-game series because defensively they're still tough. They'll make you work. They're a scrappy team. So I want to see them at least make it. As far as Miami and Atlanta, the usual playing suspects, I mean, Atlanta,
yeah,
they're building towards next year. So I think Jonathan Kaminga, Steve Kerr,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know, man.
Jalen Johnson gonna do something next year. They are. They're going to.
Hey, yeah, Steve Kerr, I don't know, man. Like Jonathan Kaminga, like he's I think he was just
Freak
waiting for
Kuminga.
his moment. He was waiting for his moment and he's got it. The first couple games, granted against the Washington
Yeah,
Wizards, that's still impressive, to come out.
yeah.
It's still
I don't
impressive.
care who. Yeah, I don't care who you do it again. You did it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not. But wait. So who's the? So you want Orlando in it? Who's the second team you want out of come out of the plane?
Yeah, I agree with you, Orlando and Charlotte,
Oh,
because yeah. because Miami and Atlanta, they're the usual suspects, man. I think even Bam
Yeah,
just said he's tired of the play-in, so that's
yeah,
already
yeah. Like and Colin Knuckle, he broke the 3-point record, 3-point rookie record last month.
Yep.
And he still got like what 18 games to go. That
Hmm.
boy on fire.
Yeah.
Uh, well, turning to the West, the top six we got in the West is OKC, San Antonio, Houston, Denver, Minnesota, and Lakers. They're the top six right now. Any of those you think you guys are sleeping on, or you think is coming out of the West?
So I like the Wolves move when they traded for Io DeSumo. I really feel like that was a great pickup for them to get
Yeah,
that like solidified point guard role because they really needed that. And they've been to the Western Conference Finals the last 2 years. So if anybody has the experience and the player to help them get over that hump, it's the Wolves. Now it's just about, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, Nas Reed. Can you get the production from them to help carry you over the top? And obviously Denver, because they've been missing a good chunk of their rotation throughout the year. Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, they've been dealing with injuries. So it's been, if Joker, even he's dealt with share injuries. Jamal Murray finally made the All-Star team. They've
mm,
they've got the makings of, a championship team. They just have to play together. They just got to put
yeah,
it together the last half of the year. Um
yeah.
I want to touch on the Lakers real quick because of, what's happened lately. I know we talked about it a little bit.
Mhm.
I I know you made your video what was it, last week, about them being a contender?
Yeah, a few days ago.
Yeah. So it's I know the reason I want to bring them up is mainly because of the DeAndre Ayton thing, and we have our side chats about this because look, man, what he said really, it's like I'm not. They're trying to make me Clint Capella. Well, buddy, if you were Clint Capella, they would be a lot better right now. I'm just saying, like,
And I like Clint Capella's response to it. I like how he responded. He saw
mhm,
it. Yeah. For those who haven't, he told him, yo, you got two of the best floor generals in the league. You need to lock in. Not
yeah,
worried about being lock in, bro. I like that response, and he's right. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry, I
like
didn't mean to cut.
no,
I
you're
didn't want to cut
no, you're good. You're good. I'm just like you want to be Joel Embiid, and you're not Joel Embiid. You want to be Jokic, and you're not Jokic. It's you gotta at least accept the role that you're on a 1 year deal. You should be at least trying to say, okay, how can I like keep myself in the league, or how can I get another contract? You're not going to get another contract being somebody that the team doesn't need you to be. You know, they didn't need you to be that in Phoenix. You had it with Chris Paul, and it's the fans were fed up with you. You got run out of town. Then you go to a young team in Portland where it's like, okay, we got a center we can build around, and it still wasn't enough. They ran you out of town. So it's like, I don't know. DeAndre Ayton is just we probably knew this was coming, but it's still disappointed because he was a number one overall pick, and the talent hasn't matched the expectations.
you. Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said. And of course, that Lakers video didn't age well, obviously. uh, I still think they can. I don't know about finals, but I still think they can at least get a round in the West.
Yeah.
Um, I should talk about Minnesota, and I gotta ask this. I gotta ask this, right?
Mhm.
So, where's the pressure on Anthony Edwards to win? I've been wondering that because I haven't really seen it. Like we're all praising him, we're all calling him the next face as far as American basketball, but
Mhm.
like you see anyone saying like, "Yo, you need to win." Like he's been to two Western Conference Finals, and I haven't really seen much talk about, "Yo, when is he getting over the hump?" Like how let's say they did Tatum and Brown. Like they got on Tatum and Brown a lot, not winning and getting over the hump. I don't really see that with Anthony Edwards, so I'm a little curious about that. Like why do you think that is, or am I wrong in thinking that?
It's hard to say there's no pressure on him. I mean, I do get what you're saying though. I think would you say he's like more likable than Jason Tatum? Not to say people hate
Oh yeah,
Jason Tatum, but yeah.
wait,
So I think that yeah, I think that plays into it a little bit because he's got a likable personality. He's just him. I'm not gonna call anybody fake. I don't want to do that. That's not my place to do that. But Anthony comes off as a more genuine player that we've seen in quite some time. He's just I don't know. Like I
no,
don't
I
feel
think it's
like.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, go
like,
ahead.
I don't wanna get into all the messy stuff, but it's like, it's kinda crazy, like, what he's been doing, like, off the court
Yeah, I know,
compared to
yeah, that's what I'm saying, but, that's
it's
to the
like, it's
general
the funny
public the
thing.
general public's not gonna know everything, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, like, they both is gonna start in 5, and you just see how both of them act, and it's like, it's kinda funny to say that, and you're right, I'm not saying I'm laughing, you are right, it's like,
yeah, yeah,
yo, Tatum just gave us this clean cut image. She got the R&B girlfriend who just put out great album, EP, whatever about him.
yeah.
And like we all looking at him like, nah, nah. It's kind of funny that this is happening. It's happening. I agree with everything you said. I just think it's funny, like stepping back and looking at that, like, how is it that he's more likable than you? And you give off everything, like you check all boxes. But yeah, like I agree. I'm just curious about that because as Anthony Edwards, like we want him to be the next star. I know he said he don't want it, but
Mhm,
he being it's obvious he's the next American star. So it's like I'm just curious as to like why nobody really gives that pressure on him. I'm just a little curious about that. But the team I want to see come out the West is San Antonio. I spoke on it, and I really like the Spurs, man.
mm,
I think they're ahead of the curve. I like Wemby. I like Castle. I like the core they got. And I'm not sure. I guess if any weakness, I would say maybe get a little more depth on the bench. But I think they go as far as when we can take them. I'm really looking forward to seeing them their first time in the playoffs in a while. I won't say a long time, but in a while. But
mhm,
actually being considered, it's been a while. So
yeah,
I'm actually looking forward to that. And I know they beat the Thunder 3 out of 4. I know they took a bad loss today, but they won 11 straight. They went undefeated in February.
yeah.
I like what they're doing, man. I think they're exciting to watch, and I like what they built. I think they're the team to beat in the West right now.
Yeah, I would, yeah, the Spurs, look, the scary thing is, well, Wemby's only, what, 22, 23. He hasn't even
Yeah.
he hasn't figured everything out yet, and they're the 2nd seed or 3rd seed in the West right now. Is that not scary? Like, like
Uh, Everybody got steal their rings now 'cause he definitely
yeah.
like he's gonna get 3, I think. I think he's gonna
Like,
get 3.
nobody on that team is so young, like you said, so ahead of schedule. Nobody's really figured out, not that they haven't figured out how to play, but it's just like they haven't really reached what they're gonna be yet. Castle, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, he's a veteran, so he's already he brings what he's gonna bring to the team. But it's like
Yeah,
you got these 3 young players, and it's like they're not even what they're gonna be yet, and they're already the 2nd seed in the West. So
yep.
this is yeah,
And you got
making
Bond on the ring, you
yeah,
got Fox, like you so it's like you got the ingredients a little bit all around. Only little weakness I would say with them is the bench.
yeah,
They got players, but it's just like, okay, y'all haven't really done it yet. So it's like similar to what I think about Detroit, you gotta go through your curves and winning and losing. So I kind of want to see San Antonio get that first round win.
mhm,
And now, I mean, we don't know who they planning to play in, but you would get the winner out of what 3 and 6 right now. That's what Houston and the Lakers. I
yeah.
think they could beat. I think they could beat either one.
Mhm.
So and
Can we
they
speak?
can get to the finals. They
Can,
can get there.
can we talk about Houston real quick?
I wanted to. I
Yeah.
was gonna bring them up next.
Because
What's up?
go ahead, go ahead. I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was gonna say with Houston, I don't think it's being talked about enough, and I touched on it a little bit, highlighting him. But what Kevin Durant is doing in Houston is amazing to me. I know because he had a bad rap with the whole Phoenix thing and stuff like that, and of course recently with the leak stuff.
Mhm.
But I think he's
Allegedly.
been yeah, yeah. I mean, I think this team really good, man. They're third in the West right now, and Sengun is he been hit and miss out the lineup or inconsistent a bit. And Thompson, he's kind of just been at the same level he's been at. But Kevin Durant, he's Kevin Durant, man. He's gonna give you that 30. He's gonna give you 7 and 7 or something around that.
Mm,
And I
yep.
really like what he's been. He just passed 32,000 points, and shout out to him for that. And
Yeah.
also shout out to we mentioned the Lakers, but LeBron got what 42,000 points now, 43 now.
Yeah. Just put
Going
that in perspective.
yeah, like, but for Kevin Durant, yeah, him getting 32,000, and I really like what he's been doing with Houston. I really wish they had Fred VanVleet. I really wish they did,
Yeah.
man. I think they did contenders with him. I really do.
That's kind of what I wanted to bring up too, because having that point guard would really I feel like would really put them like in championship contention because I watch you watch their games and sometimes you see the offense and it's like you don't know what they're trying to or who they're trying to run it through. Like Şengün is like, yeah, he's like the anchor, like they're trying to run it through him, but you don't really have somebody who settles the offense down most possessions. You know, they try to run Amen Thompson at the point, and he's a hell of an athlete. Like he's like he could do so many things.
Yeah,
Not being able to like make the right entry pass or hit the consistent jumper when they needed to, you know, that affects the offense a lot. And that kind of happened down the stretch against the Heat when they lost that game yesterday. So, and
yeah.
I think it was last week, they played the Knicks, same thing, where they had only it was like a 7 to 8 minute stretch where they only scored 8 points and they were up by like 17 points. So,
I said blue point lead. Yeah,
yeah, so it's like they're a really, really good team and they're one of those teams though, it's like they should they're gonna struggle a lot because of that, especially in the playoffs. Like if they play like a lower seed, like you'll think, okay, maybe they could beat them in 5 or 6 games, but it'll be seven, or they could end up losing just because their offense is gonna struggle a lot of these games, especially in the postseason.
yeah. I think. I mean, if they get the Lakers right now, yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough series. Honestly, that's a toss up to me.
Yeah,
I don't think they clearly beat the Lakers because Luca is Luca.
yeah,
So I don't think it's gonna be just an easy series. I might low key kind of go with the Lakers in that one, but
mhm,
I kinda do like what Houston's doing, and I
yeah,
commend them on
for sure.
they're having a great season for everything that's been going on with them.
Mhm,
As far as the play-in, we have Phoenix, Golden State, Portland, and the Clippers. And Phoenix is only a game and a half behind the Lakers for sixth. So shout outs to them. But of the four teams, I would like to see get out of it. I'll be honest. I'm gonna go with Portland and Phoenix. And to be honest, I'm kind of tired of Golden State. It's about like it's time. Similar to what you said about Miami. And that's like okay, y'all, we get it. But I want to see Phoenix and Portland in. I like Portland. I like what they've built, and I like where they're going. I'm really interested to seeing how Dame kind of flows with the young guys next year. I'm really curious to see how that goes. But I would like to see them in the playoffs. Give OKC maybe 5 games, and at least punch them in the face. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
I like what they're doing. I can't pronounce the name right. Ejiva, Klingon, Sharp. I like that young core that they got, and they even got Jansen. I always the Asian
yeah,
center. I can't right, but I like what they've done. They got good draft picks. It's unfortunate the Chauncey situation, but I like what they're doing, and I really think they can. They're going in the right direction, pretty much
yeah,
as best I can say.
for sure.
And I think they've had a great year considering Brooks is out, Booker's been in and out, and you still only a game and a half out of six, and
Yeah,
just beat the last night on a game winner without the two of them. I like what they're
yeah,
doing. Yeah, they're playing hard out there. I like it. How about
yeah,
you?
for
Who you
sure.
got?
Yeah, so yeah, I would agree. Phoenix, I mean, just a fantastic year, you know, especially after, you know, trading Kevin Durant in the offseason, getting rid of Bradley Beal. Then it's like, you know, well, how much longer do we have until Devin Booker wants to leave? But Devin Booker's like, I want to stay. So you get Dylan Brooks back, who's averaging what, over 20 points a game. He's having a career year. He's been phenomenal. We gotta give props to him because a couple years ago, people didn't even think he would be in the league after he left Memphis. And he's
Can he
completely
win?
turned.
Can he win Most Improved?
Can he?
Yeah,
Um,
can
yeah, yeah,
I think he should. That's what I'm thinking about. I think he should be Most Improved. 'Cause
I mean,
I mean,
he should be in the running for it. I don't yeah, he should be in the running for it.
yeah,
I think he'd get some votes because he's definitely been like I think he's been the main factor in why they've been so good, honestly, because
right.
he's really changed the culture, set the tone, and he deserves his props for that. Um,
Yeah, I think what he's improved on offense. I know he's averaged 20 before, but like a
mhm,
lot of people don't Brooks and scoring buckets, but like nah, he's getting buckets. Like he's
yeah,
scoring.
playing good defense. You know,
Yeah,
he's setting the tone. And
yeah.
as far as Portland, I mean, like you said, that how this year season started with the whole situation with Chauncey Billups, it's like that would tank most teams, you know, like especially a young team. Now you're getting an interim coach in Tiago Splitter, who is basically a meme for that block from LeBron James in the finals. Like, but you know, here
I
he
didn't
is.
want I
Yeah,
didn't want to joke on that, but I definitely was thinking that in my head. I was like, you
yeah,
got a
like
lot of foreign centers with Tiago Splitter as the coach. That's pretty interesting.
yeah,
Like,
but he's jumped into this spot. He's done a fantastic job with his team, man. Like you said, Advi has
yeah,
been amazing. Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson, I wish he, I really like Scoot, but I wish he'd be a little bit better. But Klingon, he's been fantastic. This is a great young team, and Dame, when he comes back next year, I think he's gonna help them at least be a solid playoff team. I want to see how the
Yeah,
offseason goes, but I definitely think they'll be a solid playoff team next year because they got the right ingredients. Clippers, um, Kawhi's gonna keep playing. Kawhi's gonna keep doing his thing. He's been playing well. It sucks that Harden had to get traded because remember how the year started and they were like, well, are they gonna give are they gonna give OKC a top 3 pick? Doesn't look like that now, but still, it's good to see Kawhi playing good basketball because I feel like for so many years we were robbed of him, being a top player in the league because he was always hurt around this time or, just something else. So
yeah,
and Golden State, I mean, look, Jimmy Butler tore his ACL, man. That like took all the juice out of the season for them, man. And once that
exactly. Now,
happened, it just yeah, like what can you be excited for?
hurt,
Yeah.
that's hurt off. I mean, so like they've low key. I think they've low key kind of been tanking too, but nobody's talking about it. Because I've been wondering, like, where's Steph been? And Steph has missed a lot of games, so I low key done it. They just not saying it. It's just kind of
Yeah.
they've avoided it. So I'm just like, okay. I mean, media ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. So it is what it is. Like,
Right.
but I agree with that. The Clippers, yeah, I don't. I think they should just fall back. I know they sick Kawhi, which is great, but I don't. Yeah, they got to restart. It's just what that is. I
Yeah.
mean, same with Golden State. I mean, I mean, I don't know when they're gonna think about it, but if they don't get Giannis in the offseason, I think it's time to let this go.
Pull the plug, yep.
Yeah, I think they're gonna shoot for Giannis, of course, and try to build around. I think Draymond's going. I think Draymond's leaving, and I think they're bringing in Giannis for Jimmy and Steph. I think
Mhm.
you can win the West, but somebody's getting Giannis in the offseason, and I think that's going to be the biggest key, depending on who gets him.
Yeah.
But
That's the
uh,
biggest domino right now. Once that falls, everything,
yeah,
you know?
if they don't get Giannis, I think you should just. I know Steph's not going to want to leave, but I mean, I still wouldn't trade him. I would still just keep him around for the
He's
money purpose.
I think more than
Yeah,
likely he's gonna retire there because
yeah, like
he's been so loyal there.
yeah, they're not gonna let him go. I think Draymond's going though, and I would just like you said, ride it out, man.
Yeah.
Um, in closing, is there any players you want to highlight or anything before we close it out?
Any players? No,
Or I can
no specific players. I just wanna highlight one team, and I wanna sarcastically thank them for, uh, ruining ruining everything that we got going on, and that's the Utah Jazz, you know why.
yeah,
But
yeah,
wanna thank them for, really being, subtle about their business practices. I'll say that. So
more subtle, more than subtle. For me, um, I'm gonna go with Brandon Miller. I know in my earlier talk, I wanted to see a standout game from him, and he gave that having 36. I forget against the team, but he did have a 36-point game not too long ago. And I like seeing what he's doing. I think he's about to establish himself as the new leader of the Hornets. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ball, but I low key think they're still gonna trade him in the offseason, or at least try to.
Mhm.
But I think Miller, I'll keep an eye on Miller. I think he's doing really good. And I like what he's doing so far. I like what he's bringing.
Yeah, Brandon
Uh,
Banish, yep.
uh, I actually, as far as the top teams, I'm gonna go with your guy, Evan Mobley. I want to see who's with Harden, and if he can get back to that form of last year where he was kind of a combo. He won Defensive Player of the Year, but he also could give you 15 to 20.
Yeah,
And I want to see him get back to that.
yeah,
So those are players on the East that I'm looking for. Um, out west, I know we touched on him a little bit. I'm still going to talk about him. Anthony Edwards. I picked him for All-Star Game MVP. He had a great game,
yeah,
but I definitely see him get over the hump into I wanna see him do it. I think the West is I don't wanna say I think it's even. I don't think there's an overwhelming favorite. I know OKC looks like it, but
yeah,
I think he can get it done still. I think it can happen as far
yeah,
as, the top teams. And, also on the West, I like Castle. I wanna see what Castle's gonna do. I want to see him. I'm happy to see him in playoff action. So I'm happy to see what he's going to do in that first round matchup and see how far he can help the Spurs get to. He plays off Fox very, very well.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think Fox kind of stepped into more of the playmaking role and letting Castle just go to work with the scoring. So I like what that they're doing there. As far as the playing teams, ain't too many. I would say Shaden Sharp. Since I like Portland, I'm gonna go with Shaden Sharp. I'm gonna go
shooting
with Shaden
sharp.
Sharp more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I could mention one name, probably Jalen Johnson, because I feel like
yeah.
he's a really
Oh,
talented player that not a lot of people like talk about, or not a lot of people mention. Like seeing him his rookie year, like he was amazing, man. Like, and he's just done nothing but get better. And he was finally an All Star this year, so he's on the right track, man. And they're building around him,
yeah.
so that's good.
He's a Sixer killer, boy. I was watching. Oh, no, this dude he's always around a triple double whenever he plays against the Sixers. I'm
Yeah,
like, man, you kill.
he's
Like,
got
what's
it, man.
going?
He's got
They beat what 3 out of 4 right now.
Yep.
2 out of 3, something like that. They play him one more time, so I'm like, dang. Oh no, yeah, 3 straight. Yeah, they beat him 3 straight times. I'm like, sheesh. Oh goodness, you keep beating him now. Even when Embiid plays, Paul George plays, he's still getting almost triple double on the Sixers. So I
Right.
agree with you there. He's a killer. But thank you, Ed, for joining.
Always,
Appreciate.
always, man.
Please like, share, and subscribe, everybody, and let us know what you think as far as teams. Who y'all like in the East and West, who y'all like in the East and West playing, players y'all got. Please let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.